Yeah. Hi, everybody. Tim here. Marvin and I have switched avatars. I'm in his skin now. No, let me stop, man. I feel like this is a special episode of Marvin's Room because I'm doing my car vids like Tim and Maggie Neville Goddess. I feel like Tim mixed with Ty Lopez. If you guys don't know who Ty Lopez is, he's that guy on YouTube you used to see years ago who started making ads of him in his garage. He used to say, "I'm here in my garage with my Lamborghini. Here in my garage." That guy is like 15 plus years ago. You saw him on YouTube doing that. I feel like Tim Lopez or Ty Grimes. I feel like these guys combined. Anyway, special episode of Marv's Room, doing a car vid. Wanted to hop on here because I was super inspired to make this video because, well, first let me say this. We do have a group call, a free group call, Zoom call coming up on Saturday, this Saturday, whatever that date is, August something. And it's going to be 5 p.m. Eastern time, New York City Eastern time. So if you can make it. The details will be in the description below in the comment section. So don't hesitate to sign up. Our last group call that we did for free was amazing. We had so many people sign up. It was probably over 20 people in the group call. And it's a little bit of a taste of what happens in our private group sessions that are paid for, because our private group sessions are more intimate and more personal because most people are from different parts of the world. So every group call that we do probably only has 5 people or maybe less in it, especially for right now. So it'll give you a taste of what our group calls are like. Really warm, really welcoming environment. And this is a great segue into the group call that we had yesterday on our private group call for the paid members. And it was such a powerful, first of all, everybody in this group is getting so much movement. But you know why they're getting movement? It's not because they're doing Neville Goddard SATS techniques. It's not because they're living in the inn before they go to sleep or living in the inn when they wake up in the morning in that subconscious state, that theta state. It's not because they're doing that. It's because, like Tim and I, we understand the nuance behind a lot of this stuff when we hear your conversations and your situations. Tim and I understand that when it comes to manifesting a specific person, and wait, side note, just with that whole, I was thinking, and I saw Tim make a video, a reel about this. Shout out to the guy, whoever, the guy or the woman that came up with specific person. Whoever came up with that term, bless your heart, as they say in the South, as they say in Virginia, as my mom says, and everybody down there. Bless your heart. God bless your heart. Whoever came up with that term, specific person, because everybody uses it. And Neville Goddard, for some reason, has become synonymous with an SP. I don't understand why Neville Goddard has become synonymous with Neville never solemnly talked about manifesting a specific person, ever. That was never his thing. He never started teaching to help people manifest a specific person. But somehow somebody took Neville's teachings and said, oh yeah, we're going to tie this to a specific person. We're going to get rich. And I just think it's funny how he became the guy around manifesting a specific person with this law of assumption, because law of assumption is literally applied to all areas of life. But for some reason, the SP thing has stuck. So shout out to that person, man. Shout out to that person. I might actually stop using the term SP. A lot of these spiritual terms and stuff in this community, I hate using, but I use it just for purposes of the video so you guys know what I'm talking about. And I know some of you like to use that language, but yeah. So I digress. I kind of got lost in what my thought was just going on that rant. But yeah, the movement that we are getting in this group is unbelievable. The movement is, but again, like I said, the movement we are getting is not because of these techniques. The movement is because of Tim and I are helping you see your blind spots and telling you that you're making this harder than it has to be. You're waiting. You're doing all of this waiting for no reason. Tim and I are those gentle parents. We are those birds, if you will, that are helping you push you to the edge of the curb so that you can spread your wings and fly. That's essentially what Tim and I are doing in these groups. And recently, our group call from yesterday made me realize a lot of you are making a mistake when it comes to manifesting, when it comes to trying to manifest whoever you want back into your life, whether it's somebody romantically or a family member or a best friend or something like that. A lot of you guys are making a mistake of thinking you have to do all these techniques and you're doing too much waiting. And me and Tim have accelerated that for so many people in our group because we're seeing like I said, it's only been a couple of weeks for most of these people, a month max. And we have seen so much movement and people are reconciling relationships with family members and going on dates and certain things like that. And I wanted to tell you guys that a big thing we talked about yesterday in the group is because somebody was going through this and experienced this recently. They reached back out to a loved one in their family and they reconciled that relationship and all was well, but there was a little piece missing. And so we went over that piece and I said in the group yesterday, and I want to say this to all of you guys that watch this video. I want to say to you guys, do you guys want to be right or do you want your manifestation? I'm going to say that one more time. Do you guys want to be right or do you want to receive your manifestation? Talk to him, Marv. You're preaching right now. See, the problem with a lot of y'all is y'all want to be right so bad that you're sacrificing and delaying your manifestation just because you want to be right. Just because you want them to reach out first. Just because you want them to apologize first. Because you feel like, I didn't do anything. I don't need to apologize. What do I need to apologize for? But if you would just simply, now don't get me wrong, you can have somebody reach out and apologize to you first. That's a fact. You can do that. But you don't know how long that's going to take. See, you can control what you do. You can control if you want to today, send that text message or make that phone call or write that letter. You can control that. But as far as somebody else reaching out to you, you have no idea when that's going to happen. It could be today, it could be next week, it could be next month, 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now. You don't know. So you'll be waiting for a long ass time. And again, every situation is different. I'm not saying that all these situations are the same. As Tim and I like to say, it's nuanced. But I realize a lot of you are suffering because of yourselves, because your ego is controlling your decisions and saying, well, I didn't do anything. Nah, they need to apologize to me first. But if you were the one that would reach out and reconcile, everything would be fine. Just like that. No more waiting. And this is exactly what happened in the group. Somebody reached out to somebody and they had a talk. The talk isn't over yet. And the person was trying to decide, whether they're going to reach out to somebody else and perhaps make that apology, because their person that they reached out to said that they felt that needed to happen as well, that they needed to reach out to another person and apologize. And so I wanted to jump on here and tell you guys, this is a valuable lesson. And also the reason why this is a valuable lesson is because I want you guys to understand something. When you're on this journey of ascension, if you like using those words, when you're on this journey of ascension and becoming the best person that you can become, understand the more knowledge that you have, the more responsibility you have. They, like that saying goes, with great knowing comes great responsibility. When you have the knowing, you are more responsible than the person that doesn't know, because they are more ignorant to things than you are. Most people are very ignorant to law of assumption, law of attraction, spirituality, all of that type of stuff. Most people are very ignorant to that type of stuff. So what that means is, in most situations, your maturity is going to have to triumph. You're going to have to be the bigger person in most situations. And it's going to suck at times. There's going to be times where you're going to hate being the bigger person. As the Bible says, turn the cheek, turn the other cheek. There's going to be times where you hate turning the other cheek. You're going to hate it with a passion. There's going to be times, like the Bible says, you're going to have to forgive 70 times 7. I think that's the right number, 70 times 7. It's been so long since I've actually read the Bible, but there's a verse in there that says something like you're supposed to forgive 70 times 7. Somebody hits this cheek, you're supposed to turn the other cheek. So you guys got to understand, when you're on this journey, you know more, so you have to do more. You know more, so you have to expect better from yourself. Don't stoop down to that person's level and play their game, because they don't even know the game that they're playing. They don't even know the game that they're playing is wrong. They don't know that. But see, you know that, which is why you have the bigger responsibility to be the bigger person in most situations. And so that's a hard pill that, see, most coaches aren't going to tell you this. Most coaches aren't going to, they're just going to tell you, oh, live in the end. But see, they don't tell you how to navigate the 3D the way Tim and I tell you how to navigate the 3D. Tim and I, we tell you how to fucking navigate this 3D like nobody else on YouTube, most likely. There's other people on YouTube that know how to, you know, they know how to teach you Neville's techniques, and oh, this is all you got to do. But I mean, in my opinion, I don't know of anybody that really tells you how to navigate the 3D that well. There may be a couple. But see, this is what Tim and I really are specializing in right now. It's not telling you to do Neville Goddard's techniques. I mean, shit, you guys know how to do that. You've read Neville's books. You don't need a coach to just tell you how to do Neville's techniques. You don't need a coach to write affirmations for you. You guys are paying money for ridiculous stuff, in my opinion, to some of these coaches because you're not actually getting coaching. A lot of these coaches aren't coaching you. Tim and I are really coaching you, telling you what to do in the 3D on a daily basis. Or if not daily basis, we're telling you what to do on a weekly basis. This group that we're in is so, I mean, and I think about the price at $250 a month. Yo, that shit is definitely getting raised. Yo, Tim, if you see this video, we are raising that shit. We're raising that shit to the moon. We gonna take them to the moon. Take them to the stars. How many people you know can make it this far? Y'all don't know nothing about that. That's Beyonce. Beyonce and Jay-Z and Kanye had a song on Watch the Throne album. It's called Take It to the Moon. I think that was the name of the song. Beyonce sung that hook. We gonna take it to the moon. Take it to the stars. How many people you know can make it this far? That's what me and Tim do. You take shit to the moon. And if you don't get in right now with this coaching program, guess what? Eventually this coaching program is going to the moon to where you're not going to be able to afford it maybe. You know what I mean? And I want you guys to get in now to where it's affordable because $250, this shit is a steal. I talked to Tim about that yesterday when we got off the call. I was like, man, this value that we're giving to people, this shit is life-changing at the price that we're charging. I mean, people would charge way more. And so, yeah, man, I really want you guys to look at your situation and ask yourselves, am I delaying my manifestation because of my ego? Because I want to be right? Do I want to be right or do I want to receive my manifestation? Do I want to be right or do I want to have peace? A lot of you guys got to realize with spiritual awareness comes a lot of decisions you don't want to make. And that comes with swallowing your tongue. A lot of you guys don't realize when you have the knowing and the knowledge, you have to swallow your tongue a lot of times. You have to not say shit that you want to say. And again, this is easier said than done. Trust me. I know this is easier said than done, but I can't tell you how many times this just came in handy for me. There was a lot of times where I wanted to say shit to people. I just shut my mouth because I told myself, Marv, you know better. You're spiritually aware. This isn't an argument that needs to happen. Don't try to prove your point right now because you're going to start an unnecessary argument. Wait, there will be a time, a better time, when you can express yourself, express your feelings and all of the above. But see, a lot of you guys don't know that. And this is where, again, this is where a lot of you guys need help with and coaching with is in the 3D when you're actually in it. Tim and I, you guys are the ones doing the work. Tim and I are just guiding you. Tim and I aren't doing anything special. We're just helping guide you in what to say, how to respond. And that's what we're doing to everybody in this group is we're helping people respond. We're helping people actually take action, get inspired. And then when that inspired action comes, make it happen. And like I said, the movement in this group is amazing. So much movement in just a month or less than a month from all of these people that we're working with. And so, yeah, I just wanted to hop on here, man, tell you guys, stop delaying your manifestation by not taking action sometimes, because sometimes taking action is the way to go. This person that I'm talking about, they took action, they reached out to their loved one, and they reconciled, and it worked out for the better. And I think it's going to continue to work out for the better once this person continues to make the necessary steps. And I want you guys to look at your own situation and ask yourself, what steps are you delaying? Are you taking the necessary steps? Are you being a spiritually mature person? Because like I said, when most people you deal with, you have to be the adult. They have to be the kid. They have to be the kid. You have to be the adult. And you have to allow them to think that they're right. Sometimes you got to swallow your tongue. And in due time, they will see, oh, man, you know what? That person actually was right. And I was wrong for some things. Sometimes you got to apologize first in order to get them to apologize as well. You know, it's these little nuggets that people don't really think about, that a lot of coaches don't really talk about. But you'll get that with Tim and I. All right? It's been another episode of yours truly, Marv's Room, or AKA Marv's Car. Hope you guys got some valuable gems. Hope to see you Saturday at the group coaching call, 5 p.m. Eastern time on Zoom. If not, I hope to see you in our group coaching one day, or if you want something more personalized, we offer that as well, which you can have personalized coaching, and you can also get access to all the group coaching and all of the past group coaching that you weren't a part of. Marv's Room. Marv's Room.